Hello, Divine Sunshiners. This is Divine Sunshine. I'm going to come to you with a read of blocks for the Divine Feminine and blocks for the Divine Masculine. Just something new for this week. I don't know if this is something I might keep up, but I'll just definitely will do today. I just want to say thank you so very much. I see this piece of hair looking like a unicorn. I just want to say thank you so much to the subscribers that I have. They have been slowly climbing. I just really love you all so very much for the energy that you all have been sending me. You all have been definitely talking to me and commenting. That keeps me inspired to keep on doing what I'm doing, validating that this is the right choice on my twin flame journey as far as my purpose and my mission. Let me see, because she says I didn't see my Buddha. So okay, let me point it this way where you could be able. But last time I had to see that door. Okay, so it was just interesting. A lot of thanks for the comments for the last phenomenon that I seen with the white orb that was going on with it. Again, it's just really a validation to me from higher up of the universe, a spirit just saying, you know what, you're doing right, kid. We're proud of you, and to keep on doing what you're doing. You answer the call, and we're letting you know physically that we're right here with you. So that really just touched my heart. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go to the one that's on, I think it's Divine Masculine with the Karmic Feminine at the beginning, that you see, I get the shock of my life, seeing that orb of light just going and out. I've not seen other subscribers that come in and say, no, that's not the only video I done seen in other places. So just thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for that. That's a confirmation as well. Hold on one second. Okay. I seen it, so it won't notify me again on that. So let's get on the blocks. Let me put this to the side real quick because I'll use that later. So what are some of, don't put it there. All right, what are some of the blocks that the Divine Feminine are experiencing in love? We'll start with her first. This week, some of the blocks of the issues. Let's see if any of the energies have changed from last time I had then. So let's deal with that. And then we could be able to do more clarifications, clarifying cards on this one. What are the blocks that the Divine Feminine is experiencing this week? Oh, children. Okay. All right. What is some of the blocks that the Divine Feminine is experiencing in her mind space? Mind space. Okay. Okay. All right. For the Divine Masculine, I'll do that one. Let's do it like this. What are some of the blocks that the Divine Masculine is experiencing this week? Okay. In his mind space, in his heart space. What are some of the blocks the Divine Masculine is experiencing in his mind space? Ooh. Whoa. 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 Okay. Ooh. That is a lot. That is a lot. Let me see if I want to do it like. Let me do it the other way. And then I have to do reminders because otherwise I get to talking and I forget what the heck I deal with stuff. Okay, let's go first with the Divine Feminine. What's in her space is children. So what I pick up from this is that her issue is that either she's got children that bring her out and they might be triggering her. Like sometimes your family members can be karmic as well. You just like it to be your children, but sometimes they come equipped with a lesson that you must learn. And so maybe her children are finding to be a lesson that she has to deal with. Another thing could also be is that the Divine Feminine might have an issue as well as far as childhood issues. Okay, this could be her when I look at something about being nurtured. Wasn't nurtured correctly, maybe by the mother, or maybe not from both parents. Maybe the father wasn't in his authority. Maybe he was kind of like one of the ones that you seen him. You know, you had some of those parents. That's really back in the day kind of parents where they seen and not heard. I just want to see the children, but I don't want to hear nothing from them. Or they worked a lot, and a lot of times they didn't see, and they left the burden of the nurturing to the mother while the father went off to work like a dog. So that could be it, some of the issues. But again, it's some children issues, something in their early years that's an issue for that. So this could go two ways. In the mind space, the issue for the divine feminine is forgiving and learning. It could be, this could go two ways. This could be the divine masculine. She wants the divine masculine to apologize for some things that he had done. And she just really, as I always see that, like she really want him to just bow down to it, to really be like just crying to the point that it's just snot and tears, and he's heaving, and to that point that he really wants you to grovel when I look at this for this. And so then she's learning maybe through that experience that you might not get that all the time, that you've got to find some way to kind of think about it and to kind of forgive them through the spirit. This is what I'm looking at when I see this card. So right now in the mind, she's figuring, you know what, some of the things that had been done in the past, rather it's through karmic situations or through my divine masculine, I've got to forgive. And if she has either issues with the father that wasn't present, that I'm picking up, she's got to find ways to how to forgive him as well, because maybe at that time he was immature, young father. Maybe he didn't know how to, I don't know who I'm preaching to or who I'm saying this to, didn't know at the time how to be a father. And now as he's older, he's probably looking back thinking, you know, I could have done better by her as a daughter or something like that. And so he has those moments. Maybe if you catch him, he looking off into the distance or to the sunset, and he's thinking also about what things he had done too. So that goes two ways. So she's learning how to forgive that relationship. In the heart space, what things is blocking in the heart space of the divine masculine is reconciliation and honeymoon. So right now what's blocking him, he's probably wanting to have this. Right now he's just dreaming about it. He's not bringing it into any kind of fruition. I don't know who this is, but that is a block for him. He doesn't really know how to come about doing it. I look at this, looks like to me he's probably had several conversations with you in spirit, telling you about how he wants to love you and pouring out all his feelings and his affections to you. This is him, and to me, this is what he's been talking to you in the 5th D or the 4th D, and this is him in the 3D. And he just really had a glorious time of really reconciliation. Has been on his mind. Has been on his dream state for that. However, he hasn't gotten to the point that he has, you know, really wanted to bring that into the 3D, because she's very kind of ghostly, not really of this, like more spirit. She's not of the same flesh as him. So that's what's blocking. He's doing a lot of mental thinking, but he hasn't found a way of how to bring that forth into the 3D. This one, when we're talking about blocks for the divine masculine in the heart space, honeymoon, he knows that this is his ultimate goal. He knows he wants to go on the twin flame journey with you. He knows that he has his angel guides steering them in the right direction to go actually that way. But then I see the moon here, and he's in some ways, some might be thinking, oh, that might be illusion. Or the moon also stands for intuition, and he's not trusting his intuition, telling him what steps, what route, how to get to his destination, and how to go. So that is a block for him. The honeymoon was, he's really wanting blissful times, but he just doesn't know in which way how to go about doing that. Okay. The next one is in his mind space. He's having blocks about playfulness. So right now we have, he's trying to find ways of how to really lighten the mood. I mean, maybe in the past, like we've seen from the Divine Feminine early up here in this read, seemed like maybe some things might have gone down And he's really trying to find his place with his youthfulness, get back into that mindset of where the love was more innocent, that it wasn't tainted. So this kind of like the one to hit the reset button back over again. And so that's pretty much what he wants to. He wants to be open, but in some ways, what is blocking him, he don't feel like he has that. He wish he was this man that was kind of carefree and about life and just, you know, just going with the flow. You know, when you on the swing, you're going back and forth. And then it's just you and you just looking at him and your eyes and sparkling, and he can see the reflection of himself in your eyes, and it's just a wonderful time. So this is something that he would like to aspire to be, but right now he's saying to himself, I pick up that he said he does not know how to be this, okay, how to really let down his guard. That's what I'm picking up, really let down his guard. He knows that things are going to be happening as far as this reunion, probably in his heart very soon. And this probably is a blockage because he's maybe kind of afraid this is what he actually wants. But then he knows that's on the horizon, like around the corner. And, you know, sometimes, you know, when things come, it comes a little more faster than when you expect it. And in some ways, he wants to say, am I ready? You know, am I ready for this to actually, I mean, you know, the time is here now, you know, because like I had like a spiritual friend, a mentor, they told me, you know, what are you going to do when that time it actually, it is, you know, like it's upon you, okay, the union, what would you do? And, you know, some of us will be ready to run for the hills, you know, some of us will be like a road runner, just shooting, gone, say, oh, okay, and, you know, some of us will stand there and say, you know what, I know I've been saying I wanted it, but now it's here, I ain't too sure, you know, about that. So that's another way of looking at it too. That could be a block because you're like, oh my God, I know I got to make a decision. I know this. And this the idea of being a soulmate. Like this is the one. Some kind of way. This could also be a blockade because like it's like a dream come true, you know. I was just playing before I had started my my reading here. I play LTD where we say we both deserve each other's love. We deserve each other. And sometimes, you know, we got little spots in us that might say, oh, I'm not worthy of this. You know, this, you mean really, truly, this is mine? You know, this is my soulmate. You know, like I've been watching a lot of them, these videos have really been stressing that, you know, that divine master, your divine twin counterpart is like your property. Like you go out and buy that on t-shirt say property of divine sunshine, and you can get this on him and you walk around on that, and vice versa, the property of, you know, I'm not gonna say his nickname on here so everybody can be let's say what but anyway, so you could say that would be, he could wear, I could wear his shirt, and I could wear his shirt to say property of shirt. That'd be cute. But that's what it is, and some of them might be a little scared of that. This is final step that, you know, this really truly is out there. We've heard theories about it. We heard that there's always someone out there for everyone, but to actually find out that that's true, that this person that God is made and cut from the same cookie cutter as you and got the same energetic makeup as you, energy wise, is a really, it blow your mind and astonishing thing. Okay, so that's that. So that's what's in the heart space. Those are the things. Let me get some clarifiers for this. What's going on with the children? Why is that a blockage about these children? Should I do wisdom? I'm gonna do, I haven't touched the, let's see, clear. I said clear with them. What's happening with the children? Wow. Okay, so this can go two ways. For the children card, we got the one pride. This can go two ways. One is finding, bringing in alignment the Trinity. Oh no, that's three. I'm saying, yeah, it's your awareness and intuitiveness. I'm sorry. With that. And so you got your one, your awareness into coming into a new cycle. Children can be giving birth into something new. This pride here, I mean, you know, you hear a lot of people say, my baby, my pride and joy, baby, you know, that's my baby. And, you know, that could be also a blockage if there's some kind of sort of relationship in which the divine masculine is trying to get used to you or get with you. It might be an issue. Another thing that's with this, when you're talking about for the children, pride is you might have some issues, like I told you, some childhood issues, and pride is not letting you go ahead and to deal with the issues. You're like, no, I'm straight. Hey, me and my daddy, we fine. Ain't nothing wrong with my daddy, you know. Okay, it's nothing wrong with how my mama raised me. She raised me right. She raised me the best way she could. And so that could be an issue if your pride is getting in the way of you going ahead and do that inner work. That could be an issue as well, a blockade. What's going on with this forgive and learning? Forgive and learning. Okay. Let's exit. We'll stick with the numerology cards. Help me. What's going on with the divine feminine in this forgive and learning? The card change came in reverse. She doesn't want to change. That's the block. That's the problem. She don't want to change. She still want to think about when Pookie left her at the club with Shaniqua and left off with the Shaniqua, the karmic. And now he's saying, that's old with me and Shaniqua. I learned my lesson. I got my karmic lesson and my blessing. I'm ready to move on. And you still talking about when I left you with Shaniqua in the club. And so that's an issue because she's not changing, and that's blocking for manifestation. Okay, so this is manifestation card number 5. I know it all too well. Change. Not willing to change, not ready to forgive about what happened, and learn from it and move on from it, and then start the process of you and the divine masculine growing together. Okay, that's that issue. All right, so now let's look at reconciliation and honeymoon. Let's get a clarification on that. For divine masculine, what's going on with reconciliation? What's blocking that for the divine masculine? This one's really 3. Okay. So reconciliation, the issue with this is this. Perseverance. He has a problem persevering. That means keeping up with it. Just saying, okay, I'm going to run this race until the bitter end. And I'm going to get through this reconciliation. Forget about me, keep on dreaming about it. I'm going to actually do it. That's an issue. Because I tell you, she looking like I could dream about you if I can't hold you tonight. Okay, well, you got to kind of get up and start doing some action after a while. You know, you can't keep on talking about it. You got to walk the walk. So perseverance. Okay, he's this is an issue. He's not persevering. He's not put one foot in front of the other. And if you do, although you're scared and you put one foot in front of the other, you're going to eventually start making your way towards in the direction you're supposed to go. Next thing, we got individuality in reverse. One reason probably why the divine masculine was going to do that, because he's going to probably lose his individuality. This is in number 11. We know that when we talk about divine masculines and the masculinity, a lot of times, you know, they like, you know, what, now we become a one like soulmates, and now I'm going to have my own identity, and now, you know, we going to be a one, and she going to be asking me all different kind of questions, where I'm going. I'm going to lose that freedom. That's the, you know, and it's a lot of responsibility with this twin flame thing, and I just don't know if I'm ready for this. And so that's what's going on with that individuality in reverse, which to me, I picked up is that he's scared of that. But he doesn't know that when you in that twin flame journey in that relationship, you both supposed to be coming as whole people. He's an individual, you're an individual. That's why you get that number 11. It's not blended together or snaked around like the Kundalini awakening. Like we intertwine with each other. You do you, and you do. I sound like my dad. They're like, you do you and I do me. Well, Yeah, in some ways, you know, it is that, but it ain't for coming from that place of ego. It's coming more so from a place of, you know, I do me and help out the world, do my purpose. I call it that Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that truly Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, where we stand and we going back to back, and I'm fighting and you fighting the world, and we battling together. So that's that. Love. This is issue. His reconciliation is love. He's got a problem with how he's communicating. He's having problems on how he's going to communicate how he loves the divine feminine. He wants to find the right words. He wants to find the words that really moves her heart, that really express what's going on with him. But at the same time, he's saying, I want to be truthful about what's going on within me and why I did the things that I did, that you feel that you having a hard time to forgive and learn. So it's love, how to communicate that love, that divine feminine will get it. I would say pretty much, and we pretty much the same, and we got the same energy. If you use the words and you really are truthful with it, guess what? I believe that us as divine feminists, we'll catch it, get it in our heart, we know how to identify it and say that is truth. But we need to hear it. Like I said on one of the videos before, you know, give me all the cards on the table, and then it's for me to go ahead and say, okay, you gave it to me, I know what happened, let me dissect and trisect it and see what I come with it. Your duty is to tell me, and it's my duty to sit there and listen and to use empathy and compassion as you telling me your story, why you did what you did. But you got to at least give me that opportunity. Okay. Honeymoon. Okay, honeymoon. What's going on with this? Why will honeymoon be a challenge for the divine masculine? Yeah, no, that's too many. Why would honeymoon be a problem for the divine masculine? Okay, manifestation, which he's having a problem to get in that upper heart chakra. Okay, that's verification from Angel Raphael. Thank you. He's having a problem from that higher up. Upper heart chakra to get this going, to manifest, to make it happen. So he wants to have this honeymoon, but like I told you before, he doesn't know how to even go about doing it. Okay, he does not know how to go about doing it, bringing this forth, starting from the heart, because it starts within, flows without. In, so within, so without. How to be able to do that. He knows the destination. He knows what he wants to do in his mind. But it, you know what, it starts from the heart. It'd be funny, it should have been on this side, but it starts from the heart. Okay. Next one, we got soulmate. Okay, what's going on with the soulmate card when it's thinking? Why would that be a block? Okay. Synchronicity. So that means things coming together. He maybe is having the problems because maybe he's not understanding the signs. This is what I'm thinking for some of them unawakened, or the ones who have seen the signs. Maybe it's overwhelming, because I could say that's divine feminine. Sometimes it is. Like now I see 23:23 on the clock. It stopped in hell. Okay, now I'm thinking in my mind, now what that mean? It is that, and the next minute you look for it. They going to come through the door? Okay, I seen 23:23. That means I'm going to get phone or text. I'm looking at my phone. He ain't text me. I ain't getting no message, no identification on this iPad while I'm making this video from him, you know. So that could be an issue too, because it gets you constantly thinking. That's on your mind. Also, let's see about this very soon. Why is that a blockade? Very soon being a block for the divine masculine. Why is very soon a block for the divine masculine? Okay, we got the number 33. Okay. It says communication, but in reverse. That means stuck at just no communication. One reason maybe is he knows he need to do it very soon, but he's scared. And I'm going to say, and I feel this way in my gut, that it hadn't been no communication. And he's like, okay, so now how I come from cold turkey of not talking to her to now I'm just a chattering parakeet, and I'm saying I want to manifest this love, go on a, on a honeymoon, tell you my soulmate, and I'm seeing 222-333-111, and I want to love and be love, have individuality and perseverance, and all this. I want reconciliation. How am I going to do all that? And I haven't been talking. You know, the communication has been an issue, and I didn't came up before in these cards here. So this is from the gold here. That's definitely from the crown chakra. That he's got to really open up and communicate and send that message to his divine feminine. I believe in some ways I'm picking this up. If he's sending it to her this way from crown to crown, when he does step up to the plate, she's going to be like, oh, okay, I felt you were going to communicate with me. I mean, I've done that even with my divine masculine signals and signals that I get to know that say, okay, he about to make an appearance real soon. And when X, Y, and Z happen, most of the time that's when he comes. I say, oh, okay, hey, there you go. Okay. It doesn't surprise me. So that's why I'm saying the same thing to you. That if you send that message through him telepathically, okay, thank you, Angel Raphael. If you send that to her telepathically, she won't be in Shockville when you show up and say, oh my God, oh, he's here. You know, when you show up at the front door, you send that text or you send that email or you pick up the phone and you call her, she's not going to be in shock when that happens, okay? Playfulness, what's happening with that? Okay. Wait a second. Okay, now we ain't gonna get no that. And my senses showing. Okay, whoa, I like how you did that. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, okay, I'm gonna put you, okay, I heard it. That's disobedient. Let's do this again. Okay, I can kind of see why that word came out. Okay, stop. Okay, domestic harmony with playfulness. You know that domestic harmony, that playing this role of this romantic partnership, like in the 3D, how things are supposed to go. And domestic means to be, to me, is like tame, going through the roles of the not the hierarchy, but the template that's been set up, like the male's supposed to act a certain way, a feminine's supposed to act a certain way. That could cause a lot of heaviness, you know, because now we know that we're here as twin souls to bring a new kind of template to the earth, a new way of how we will be in relations or how we relate to each other as a feminine and as a masculine, and how we love one another. And so that could be a heavy burden, okay? This coming from the heart, or how you communicated, that both of those two things are kind of heavy. You got to get grounded. You got to stay in love, grounded in that love for that to happen. So, you know, you kind of want to bring that playfulness in there. So I could see him saying that this is a problem because this is conflict. I want to be light and airy. I want to play, become like a child again. But then I got all these responsibilities. And that could be a blockade. That could be a problem. Okay. I want to end with, that's that one. Let me look at some things. What things have to change in the life of the for the divine feminine in order to create to remove this blockade? What life changes would have to occur? Okay, wait a second. What life changes does the divine feminine have to work on? Oh, this came up too. I'm going to take you off something. Okay, so, the divine feminine. Dietary changes. Okay, so we know that, and I know like today, I kind of slipped up, and I maybe shouldn't have. But I had taste me, I wanted me some caramel cake. But you know, the sugar stuff and all those other kind of things that we not know that's not healthy, we don't need to do that. We need to become more lighter. So we got to be more conscious about the way we eat, the things we put in our body. And so that's going to help us to get into that next higher up echelon of way of thinking, being an open vessel to receive the information, the codes, the things that we need in order for this divine twins journey. So they're saying we got to make some dietary changes. That's what will help. You got here healthcare changes, healthcare changes in reverse. So whatever you're doing, maybe I would say if it came in reverse, you need to keep on doing what you're doing. As far as making sure you're going for your appointments, making sure you're going, you know, check your eyes, get your teeth done. So keep on with going to the dentist. Do all those things that you need to do. Don't get so bowed down in life that you can't go ahead and go see your OB-GYN and whatever kind of OBGYN to be able to take care of you. Things lifetime, you got to make a decision. You got to make a decision on this forgiving and learning. You got to make that. They told you had a problem with change, and it already came up with this here. You got to make a decision here to change. You got to make a decision to go ahead and forgive your parents, whatever's happened with childhood, and with the divine masculine as well. Get rid of that pride there. So you got to create change. And then you got to have self-care. So this is really, 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 really heavy on this health-care for your divine feminine. You got to take time out to smell the roses, literally. Says self-care, how you communicate. Like I told you all, I think in one of the videos, I'm learning to just really kind of just vocalize my stuff. Like today, something happened. We had a friend that was hurt by something we had worked on a project together, and it's, long story short, the project didn't end well because they had their way. We have a what do you call it, irreconcilable differences of how the things were supposed to happen. Some of us have forgotten what we had said that we were going to do at the end. And then when it came time to execute it, people talk about where this come from, and so that was a whole issue there. And so then, you know, we start off with good. That sometimes it make you feel like maybe you shouldn't go into business with your friends, but you know, you have to go ahead and take that risk, because sometimes, you know, it does work out, sometimes it does not. And so long story short, we did try to things had parted, hadn't talked to each other for a long time. Celebrations and things came by. Myself and other people that was involved, we didn't go to any of their celebrations. The person walked away saying their feelings was hurt, and you know, say it been hurt for a while. And meanwhile, the other person, myself, looking at them saying, well, it was your fault because, you know, you didn't do X, Y, and Z. We talked about it, and you, at the end of the day, you trying to make us the scapegoat for what had happened. And so then, you know, I got to the point, I said, you know what, this is not the spiritual walk I'm on. If this brother's saying so many words, expressing to another friend, he hurt by what had happened and had transpired. I don't want another human being walk away hurt when I'm saying, you know, to me, I didn't release the go. I was hurt too, but I'm to release the go. And then you still wait. If I could relieve you from your pain of that, and that's my job as a friend, and we started off and we was real tight and buddies, and because of what had happened, then I got to go, as my job is to go ahead and make it right. So I did. I just went on and extended the olive branch and said, you know, I didn't let the person know that they had told me. I knew what he was said about what had went on and that he was hurt. I just went on and said, you know, you've been on my mind, and, you know, it told him that, you know, that I had wanted, you've been on my mind, and pretty much it said that, you know, let's just kind of squash what had happened in the past. You know, it is what it is. We both had hurt feelings, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, you like my big brother, and you know, or whatever. And so that kind of helped, and I could feel that even in my heart. I feel my heart get lighter, you know, from extending that. So sometimes you got to find yourself communicating to other people, you know, and just protect yourself. I wasn't gonna keep on going around with that hurt and feeling guilty that I maybe had hurt him by some of the things I had did. And so, you know, you got to have that self-care. I could have kept on walking, and I was like, you know what, I ain't going to be no cowardly lying on this daggone situation. I'm going to go ahead and speak my piece, and if he don't like it and he still want to keep on trucking, then, you know, God bless you. But I hope that maybe between us that we could be able to reconcile what had went down between the both of us. And we did. And I could feel that I could feel me being an empath. I could feel that it had lightened his load a little bit. And then he did the same way for me in turn. Okay? So that's why I say about self-care. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do with that. With the divine masculine, what does he need to do as far as this life changes for this week, for this, to help him conquer these challenges and these blocks? What life changes does the divine masculine have to go through? Okay. All right. It says, it came in grief work in reverse. Grief work. I would say that since it came in reverse, it's not talking about something about it actually dying. I would say that it's more so grief work of something dying on a spiritual level. And I think I said that in another video, that this feels like something just coming to an end. In order for you to have a rebirth and something new to begin, something has to die. And we know, we've seen that even with the butterfly. Butterfly is a classic case of that, is that in order for us, it has to go to that transformation. That caterpillar has to die to transform and to become into this beautiful butterfly with wings. And it might be something in grief, or something has to die, like something in the within yourself, some beliefs, some things that you thought how your life was going to be, maybe who you thought you was going to end up with is not the person who you end up with. You know, God had somebody else, or the universe had somebody else planned for you, and that is an issue. That it's like really a death. You know, any kind of relationship happened. Maybe the karmic relationship has ended, and that's kind of a way of death, because like I said, I've told you all in several videos, you know, in some ways I believe that they do love them. It's not as deep as ours, and I'm not going to consider it to be superficial, but at the same time, there was some kind of connection that was there. And so that's what they might be feeling. So if they didn't let that karmic situation, like the job that got on their nerves, and now they say, I ain't got no job, or the family member that been getting on his nerves, and he said, I got to give you the chop. That's also a hurting process, knowing that you're not going to see that person again, although they got on your nerves, but at the same time, they brought something to the table. And then being at a relationship, that partnership with that person, that karmic feminine, would also be an issue. Something's got to die too. You got to let them know they feelings hurt. They crying, and you know, you got to kind of deal with that, to give, to say, oh my God, have I created more karma by doing this to you, you know? But I know in my heart's where I want to be. And so this is something that they have to work with as well, as far as grief, learning how to let go, how to heal that, starting with your upper heart chakra. Start with the heart. All is this. So when you start healing that, that will help you out. Okay. That is my blocks, challenges for the divine feminine and the divine masculine for this week. I hope this is helpful to let you know maybe what some kind of areas that you need to address. If you want a reading with me, Divine Sunshine, go to DivineTwinSoul11.com. You go to my services page, click on the book online, look for the service called March Greatness. March Greatness is the special, is the name of it. And it's $11 for 30 minutes and $22 for 60 minutes. I will say thank you if I had a couple of clients that have taken advantage of that. Like I said, you can't beat that with a bat. Having that much information contained and thrown at you for that little money from any kind of psychic that's out there. So I want to say, until then, our next time, stay elevated, stay motivated, and stay enlightened. Love you. Namaste. Namago.